Hello, it's Marie-Helene with Wisdom and Power Now with a collective reading for Sunday, today, November the 2nd, through to Saturday, November the 8th. Now, there's a couple of things that are going on astrologically this week that I thought I would mention. The first is there's a super full moon on Wednesday, November the 5th. The full moon is in Taurus, and there are two things that are going to be coming up for people. The first is accepting and allowing abundance, prosperity, good health, wealth, all of that, open to that vibration, allowing it to happen for you, allowing it to come in. Part two of that is that oftentimes when there is that kind of opening for the good to come to us, there's a fair amount of resistance that we feel. So the message here is to pay attention, don't give in to the resistance, allow yourself to receive what's good for you to receive, and just thank the resistance, pat it on the back, say thanks, you've done your job, and I'm going to let this happen anyway. So just be aware of that kind of front and back of the hand kind of dynamic in relation to allowing and resistance. Now, the second thing that's happening this week is that Mercury, the planet of communication, all kinds of gadgets and higher ticket items, will be going retrograde as of Friday, November the 7th. Now, the retrograde period is typically 21 days. In this 21-day period, I would encourage you to put your head down, complete any projects that you've got going right now that have been put on the back burner or have been stalled or just have not moved forward as much as you'd like. Mercury retrograde is a perfect time to get stuff done. It can be a very productive time and a very empowering time in that regard, so I would put my energy there. All right, so that's the kind of the astrology, if you will. Of course, there's more, but I'm not really an astrologer, so I'm just going to give you those highlights. The deck that I'm using today in terms of the tarot deck is called the Classic Tarot. Really, it's a beginning tarot deck, and the cards really reflect the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The Oracle card that I'm using comes from the Love Oracle, or the Romance Oracle, and it does pack a bit of a punch. So without further ado, we'll get on with the reading. Now, I'm still using the 6-card format, so I want to speak to you about the first card that's come up. And the first card that's come up is the Four of Wands. So this is known as the 1111 card. So when 1111 shows up, it's a new opportunity, stability, things are moving well, things are going forward. You want to pay attention to all of that. You also want to make sure that you're allowing that to come to you. So it indicates harmony, family, good relationships, just a host of good areas that want to show up in your life. So again, Four of Wands. And the four, don't forget, or pardon me, right, for stability is what I wanted to say, but the wands are also a fiery type of energy. So there could be a lot of ignition happening in this next week for you, and just enjoy it. It's a nice vibration. The second card that showed up is the Ace of Swords. Now, the Ace of Swords is about new beginnings, new ideas. Its air is represented by the swords. So it's a time of something new wanting to show up, some new creative aspect wanting to materialize in your life, all right? Now, as I said, it may not be the time to start new projects, but it is the time that you can use to do some research, to figure out where you want to go, check with some sources about what's available to you. So it's the time to sort of ground that project, even if it's not going to take off right away, in terms of some foundational basis for research, etc. Okay, so the Ace of Swords. The third card that showed up is the Three of Swords. Again, this is air energy. Now, we've just had Halloween and the Day of the Dead, so there might be some lingering energy of sadness, grief, sorrow. Just feel those feelings. Don't try to mask them. Don't try to go over them. Allow them. Feel them. If you need to cry, scream, shout, do that. I wouldn't spend a long time in that energy, but I would certainly let my feelings be voiced or appreciated and known. All right, so that's the Three of Swords. Then we have the Two of Swords. So we've had three swords in a row: the Ace, the Three, and the Two. Now, the Two of Swords is basically a card that says, I have some options or I have some choices here, and I'm not really sure which way to go. So rather than taking some action, I am going to stay in this contemplative space. And I think that's a good energy for right now. You know, again, with the 1, 2, 3 of Swords showing up, there's clearly a lot of mental energy going on. There's clearly some ideas percolating, and it may not be the time to rush off and do something with all of that. So a contemplation period in relation to the right area or the right dynamic is appropriate. And, you know, it is a fruitful time to do that. Even with new ideas showing up, there's a lot of research that you can be doing right now, a lot of checking out the resources that are available to you. So that's the Two of Swords. The next card that showed up is the Magician, Major Arcana. Now, the Magician is a great card for creativity, also lets you know you have all of the resources at hand. You see the infinity symbol over the Magician's head, and of course he's got access on the table in front of him to the wands, to a wand, a cup, a sword, and a pentacle. So it's all there for you. So it's a good time to marshal your resources, think about which ways you want to go, put together a plan of action, and check out the resources again at hand that you may need, and make a plan to do what you can in relation to the next few weeks around that. So again, the Magician, great card to have. The next card that showed up is number 14, Temperance. Again, a major arcana. Temperance is all about balance. It's about being emotionally balanced, physically balanced, spiritually balanced, mentally balanced. So there isn't an area of your life where you're sort of feeling a little off in. So that's a great card as well. Again, Temperance really does indicate that your emotions should be really quite stable at this point in time. You should feel quite grounded. So spend some time enjoying that Temperance energy, because it is a wonderful card of balance and harmony. So that portends well for this reading as well. Now, the last card that showed up in terms of the Love Tarot is Loyalty. So this card is all about believing, trusting, and reliability. So take that energy with you and use it in your interactions with people this week, and just keep reminding yourself that, giving loyalty will allow you to also receive it. It's like the front and back of the hand. Giving and receiving are very associated. So loyalty is the energy for the oracle for this week. Now, if you like this reading, please like and subscribe to the channel. If you wish to book a private reading, the information is in the box below. And if you have any comments for me, I look forward to hearing from you. I will see you next week. Until then, bye.